Well, hello everybody. Woo, my microphone. Well, hello everybody. Woo, my microphone. Well, hello everybody. Woo, my microphone. Well, hello everybody. With today, eSeniors GT3 Porsche Cup Championship at Brands Hatch, and we have with us again
Well, yeah, once again, great to be here, Mike. And sorry I've missed the last couple of weeks. Actually, quite a few of the races this year, but life happens. But it's good to be in the virtual booth with you today, Mike.
Okay, great. I'm hoping the volumes are okay. I know we got Willie on the chat, so tell us whether the volumes are good. Yeah, Brands Hatch. Let's go straight into the standings because start qualifications soon. So these standings are Derek Berg in first place with 160 points. Unfortunately, Derek's not racing this week. He's got some family commitments. Jonathan Wood is in second place with 144, and he is, my volume's up a little bit higher. There we go. He is in second place. He's also away this next few weeks visiting England. Couldn't bring his rig with him, I guess. In third place, Sylvain Dessard is our only driver today that's on track in the top three, so that's great. I do not believe, yes, Thomas Rainier is in fourth place with 121 points, only 8 points behind. He is racing today, that's great to see. Mappy Kenson is in fifth place with 112. He is racing today. And we've got a couple of others we'll skip over there in a few minutes. Brad, what do you think of Brands Hatch?
Well, I think it's a great track. I don't know how great it is in the 911 Cup.
Yeah, you tried one little lap there, I saw.
Yeah, I ran around a few laps here. Of course, there's a lot of dangerous, tough corners here at Brands Hatch. At Paddock Hill Bend, the first corner, of course, Surtees, super important corner, and the Porsche Cups just don't really like to get the power down around some of these corners.
Yeah.
Of course, you have the Westfield Bend, and of course Sheen's back there in the second sector, and boy, a lot of bumps and a lot of tough entries, and this track actually requires you to be fairly aggressive to get the lap times out of it. So again, in the Porsche Cup, Mike, I think it's about controlled aggression.
Yeah, yeah. Well, these guys though on that we've got in this championship can handle this Porsche Cup. They can't, and it takes a lot. Ollie, on the stream, you have to. Ollie just mentioned the message. You've got to restart your stream. It should be okay now. Face and it should start starting our qualifications very soon. Put myself up here. Yeah, Willie. Who was it? Ollie. Ollie, try just restarting your stuff. It should restart. I mean, it was up there for a while. It was, it started to die for some reason. Hello, Jonathan is watching from England also. That's great to see. We watched the sprint race also. Just jump right over into ACC. So we've got the people racing today: Sylvain Dessart, Christopher York, Daniel Benedetta, Thomas Rainier, Jeremy is not racing. He's showing on the board there, but this is a big race. Brian Murray, our newcomer, did very well last week, and Terry Howard. So yeah, we've got. There we go.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Green light. Let's see who goes out first.
Well, you mentioned Jonathan not racing today, and on the stream, I'd be interested to know how he feels about losing possibly a massive points today. What do you think, Jonathan?
Myself up a little bit. There we go. How's that? That's a little bit better. No, it's still not that loud. Let's see the screen. Getting out there. You are the.
Okay. Well, that's the only one that matters, I think, Mike. So.
They're boosting my volume a little bit. There we go. Now I'm better. I'm outpacing there. I'm in the red. So Krister's out there first. He's the one leading the pack. Krister loves the Porsche Cup, I know.
There's a lot to love, I think, and it makes for really great racing. But again, it is really all about that controlled aggression. So
yeah,
you gotta stay just under that limit with these guys, and I think it really does tend to favor the drivers, you know.
Answering Willie here, Ollie, I should say. All right, so here we go. I think that's going to be the first time up there. Now he's starting his hot lap now, sorry. So Brad Hatch, interesting, 1955. Very close to London, just the outskirts of London, in a suburb called the West Kingsdown. And ran the British Grand Prix between 64 and 86. And they changed the direction of the track, actually. It was counterclockwise, I guess, and it's clockwise now. So the hill that we go down on first few corners there used to be going up, which is kind of an interesting and useless fact. 2.4 miles, 3.9 kilometers, and the Porsche Cup record is 1 minute 26 seconds. I have a feeling these guys are going to break that. I've been using Wikipedia for these track records.
Yeah, well, we saw 27.2 there, just in a little practice period before qualifying here. So yeah, it could get very close. I had the opportunity actually to get out and at least see the track in London last year, but
did you?
I just couldn't quite squeeze in the time for it. So I was disappointed about that, but got to roll around the town a little bit.
One of these days, we're going to have to organize a world reunion with everyone at some race somewhere. Wouldn't that be fun? keep saying
Well,
that. Hopefully somebody's
Where's
going to
that
step
going to
up.
be, Mike?
Oh, somewhere in the world.
See,
Yeah.
that's the challenge.
Yeah. Well, let's make
I-
it. Let's. England would be fun. England would be fun.
England would be great. I mean, I don't know. Is just a bidding?
Oh yeah, we'll have like
You
the
know.
Olympics. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We'll have the Olympics kind of bidding. I'm available for bribing to pick the track. Oh, Krister just went off on his lap there. Let's just see who else has got a time. Murray just hit got a 1:27.3, so that'll be the time to beat now. Follow along with. Let's get a better camera view. There we go. We're following along with Thomas now. So yes, standing wise, it'll be a battle between Thomas and Sylvain in third and fourth place. So we'll have to watch those two guys. And Krister Krister wants to make up some ground here. He's got 94 points, so those will be the three guys that we watch.
Well, he's going to have the opportunity to make a bunch of ground. I mean, like you mentioned, so many drivers not here, and we obviously don't have many drivers out on track, so I think we'll have lots of time to discuss some of the points implications. But there's no doubt there's going to be guys gaining a lot of ground on the leaders, and after all, not too many rounds left, Mike. So they're important points.
Yep, very very important points. I know Derek Bird, our reigning expert in Porsche Cup, is going to have to make up some ground. I think he's hopefully only going to miss one race. Looks like Murray is up on his time. Krister's up on his time. A little bit. Oh, Sylvain put in a good time there. I didn't notice there. He's only down by 1/10 of a second now, so there's going to be a battle between there. And then Mappe is in third place. So all the guys that are vying for the championship. Let's put Sylvain on the screen for a while. In second place.
Yeah, put in obviously that great first sector, and right now has the best third sector of all the drivers on track.
Looks like he's going back to the pits to make an adjustment. Let's put Murray up there. I kind of like this track, to be honest. It's kind of fun. It's got some high speed corners. Looks like Murray is going to running into some traffic there. Is that Mappe? Nope, it's not Mappe. Who has? Oh, is it? Thomas has that. Ooh, look! He just caught Murray going a little too fast there. He's going to spin out. So who's got a time?
Yeah, I love the track too. I love the technical nature of it, and it's so difficult to be consistent around here.
Yeah.
In a car like the Porsche Cup.
Thomas has got a good time going to improve. Although he just lost it all. He's up by 0.4 seconds. Lost it. Yeah, it's got some great corners. I mean, if you hit every corner, nail every corner, it's you get an amazing time, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. And I think maybe a second sector, most important. Like I say, you have the Surtees in there, and some super important corners. So if you nail that second sector, you've got a great chance. But the pressure builds if you're on that good lap, right? And you always want to push for that best possible time in the last sector, and it can bite you.
Krister's got a good. Who are we watching here? Krister's got a time going. Just past. Did I get Krister there? Up by 0.2 seconds. Where is he in his lap? He's coming up to the last few corners. Lost a little bit there. Let's see if he can get it on this nice big long right-hander.
Yeah, coming through Clark.
Going downhill.
Really need to get the acceleration right here. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going downhill a bit. You can lose traction really easily. He lost it on that corner. Let's see, Mappe's got a time going here, but looks like it's between Murray and Sylvain Dessart. They're close together. And is Murray, is he out there? Let's try Sylvain. He's trying to catch. He is a third of the way into his lap, and he's got a little bit of an advantage, but Murray is also on his pace on his lap. Where is Murray? He's just starting his lap. Let's go back to Sylvain. He's holding on to his pace, but he's got to improve a bit. There's a little bit of an improvement in that corner. And Dingle Bell is the name of that corner. Sheen is next. Sheens. There, he's got a good try. Oh, he hit the grass a little there. Lost
I don't
a bit.
think that should. I don't think that should hurt him too badly, but
No. Hit a little bit.
uh-huh.
Look at that. Doesn't take much, but this corner you can gain some time if you get it right.
And so far, he does have the best sector time in the third sector.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't quite do it. He's got a few more laps to try it, but Murray is on a little bit better of a lap. Where is he? He's just coming through Sheens himself. Cut that corner. Through this
And one
that's-
thing about Brands Hatch and the shorter nature of the track is you do get the opportunity to get lots of laps in, relative to some of the other tracks we run with those 15 minutes. So
Yeah,
that
that's
helps.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Point
and,
two.
And
Looks
the light
like
traffic.
Yeah, true. Light traffic. Tough to pass here though. Point two. He's gonna improve on his time. It's gonna make it tougher for everybody. Looks like Terry Howard's improving his, but he's got a long way to go. He's down a second.
Yeah, one heck of a first sector for Brian Murphy there. So nearly 4/10 ahead at next place Sylvain there in second.
Terry's got a great lap going. It's improved by half a second. It'll get him in the running for second place if next time around, if you can keep that going. Oh, I said Dingle Bell. Thank you, Jonathan. It's Dingle Dell.
Tingle Bell. Nice.
Christmas is coming, Jonathan. Christmas is coming. Okay.
I think it should be renamed. I like it.
So Terry solidified his place in second place, but Mappe has got a great I thought he was up by almost a second there. 0.4 seconds will get him onto the podium if he can hold it. He's got quite a ways to go yet. Just watch him there. There's Martini. Nope, he's good. I thought he had a different livery there. Great lap on his part though. 0.4 seconds on his previous time. Might not get him into third, but it'll get him close.
Whoa.
Whoa, nice slide there. I lost all his time because of that.
So easy to do.
Yeah, just missed his line just a little bit. Krister's got a good time going. He'll jump him into fourth place. He's just started his lap. Up half a second. Nice. He must have had a nice first sector there. 0.6.
Good first sector for him, but yeah, well off Murphy's time at the moment. Yeah.
To get him a place though.
Yeah.
Almost. Mappe's starting his new lap and he's up half a second, so he's found some pace there.
He sure has.
That'll get him podium. We'll keep on with Krister here for a bit, just to give him some airtime. He's coming up the last few corners. Well, Mappe's got a great time going. He wants that podium, doesn't he?
Well, he does, and he's been showing good speed. Just hadn't turned a lap in yet. Time's running out, and this is the time to do it if you're going to.
There you go. Krister got fourth. Let's just see where Mappe's going to end up. How's he doing? He's halfway through the lap. You get yourself all excited about having a great time. At this point, he should just hit his normal apexes and exits, and you'll have a great one.
Yeah, like I say, tough to do.
Yeah. It's going to be even tougher when they get in close and they want to pass. Keep your throttle pedal in check. Well, he's going to get a great time. He's got a good exit here. Lost a little bit on that exit, but he's going to get himself into fourth place. Maybe third. There we go. In third, I should say. Yeah, great job by Mappe. And he's exhausted. He's just going to sit and get his heart rate down. Now Sylvain is improving he had 0.2 there for a minute, for a second ago when I was looking at it, and he's got a little bit of an improvement. Where is he in his lap? He's got lots of room left to about a third in. He's going down Hawthorne Bend, but he lost it there. Just going to take a peek at the standings again. I'm trying to remember whether it was Murray that won last week's race. Let's see here, Murray. Yes, Murray did win last week's race. If he wins again today, that'll give him 100 and it'll jump him into, the running. Winning 2 races gives you 120 points-ish. He's going to get a point if he maintains here pole position. Great addition to the group here, giving Derek Bird a run and Jonathan Wood a run for their money in terms of being Cup experts.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, with rounds running out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? You got some pretty darn fast guys at the top of the leaderboard, obviously, right? So guys that maybe don't run as consistently can move up. That's great. You wouldn't figure, Jonathan Wood and some of these other guys wouldn't pull away again, but with only 3 rounds, a small mistake at a track that puts you out again. Well, shoot, now you're you're a points deficit. It gets a little harder.
Jonathan's on the stream there. When are you back, Jonathan? You going to be back for the next race, or are you going to be a little bit longer away? Keep an eye on that. Great to see Daniel Vella there, though. Great to have new blood. I know he's racing in GT3. I'm not sure if he's racing in GT3. Was they able to get into the championship or not? Let's see if Sylvain can make any inroads. He's down by 0.4 seconds. He's not going to get another run in. So that is going to be our podium.
Yep,
there we go.
Improved his time, just not by enough.
Nope, so there's our podium. Brian Murray, Sylvain Dessard, and Terry Howard, followed by Mappe Kansung. So those 4 guys are actually up there in the standings also. So that's good. That is good. We got all the people in that front row. That's the first 2 rows that are going to be battling for points, because again, tough to pass on this track.
It is, and in that qualifying session, Murphy really laid it down to the field in the first sector. That's what really made the difference. A full half second.
Yeah.
Over P2 there, Sylvain. So getting it done there.
0.3 seconds, I think it is. Isn't it? Yeah, 0.3 seconds. So anyway, they're going to give him a run for his money, I think. Sylvain is a great driver. All right, well, let's sit back for the reset. I know it's a long time for us. I'll put up the standings again for you to take a peek at.
Yeah, as you do that, mention again that it's obviously, again, very light field. So whether these guys are racing against each other that much, hard to say. But I think, for the drivers that are out on track, it really is kind of turns into a points race.
Oh, I don't think so. I think the competitive juices come in there, whether you're in 5th or 1st.
Okay.
Maybe you're right into the top 3 guys, but the rest of us are just making sure we have some fun racing. Although for the Porsche Cup, the challenge is just to keep it on the track usually, not make any mistakes.
Yeah. No, you're right. It does take a lot of different types of drivers. I can't help myself being one that focus on the points a little bit.
Oh yeah. Everybody's a little different.
Yeah. But you're right. I mean, at the end of the day, I do hope we're all having a lot of fun out there. Though
yeah, we are.
I have to say, I don't know how fun it was for me at Imola and the Saturday league, but
I just want to get by. I'm usually in the middle of the pack or at the back end of the pack. Just want to get through the first turn. I've had some bad luck the last few races.
Yeah. that happens.
Everybody on the stream, please be nice in the front. 7 watching today. Yeah, who we got besides Jonathan, Willie? I know Ollie is there. Is Ollie back? Ollie hasn't made a comment yet. He's trying to get on. All right, a minute to go before the start. What else can we talk about? We can talk about the next races here. How about that? Let me get that up here on the racing schedule. So next week, it's Oulton Park, a little bit of a detour into British tracks. Next will be Misano, and our traditional ending race of the year on November 4th for Porsche Cup is Bathurst in Australia. It's always fun, Bathurst. I know we usually put that up there because if there's anything close in the standings, Bathurst is the most exciting track to watch. You get excited going through those chicanes, going down the hill. It's always a lot of fun. How do you like Bathurst, Brad?
Yeah, I think it's great. I wouldn't say it's one of my strongest tracks, but yeah, obviously I really enjoy the challenge of it. And all these, I mean, for me, it's really about, in these cars, really trying to control the bumps, being able to get the power down, and stay consistent through those areas. And we know Bathurst has plenty of those, except for the long straights. But I was also thinking a little bit that this would be a pretty good warm-up for next week at Oulton Park. Pretty similar in a lot lot of ways.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, with some of those higher speed corners there at the end of the second sector, beginning of the third sector, kind of flowing, bumpy type corners that you have to really hold momentum through.
Yeah,
right?
you know what? There's a couple of spots where you can risk it and get a little bit of time, but this one here, you got to really just
10 seconds.
this track. You can't risk too many spots. You just got to stay in your zone. Okay, we're almost ready to start. I'll flip over, I guess. Just get into the right mode here. There we go. And we'll go through our track walk. And there we go. Mr. Brian Murray on pole, followed very closely by Mr. Sylvain Dessart. Getting rear-ended there by Mr. Terry Howard. That's a nice livery for Terry, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, very nice. eSeniors on the hood. Mappe Kansung, number 747. He's got a traditional Porsche livery. Christer Hjort is next in his H&M livery. Followed by Martini Racing, Mr. Thomas Rainier from Canada. And last but not least is 744, Daniel Vella from, I'm trying to think. He's got the European flag up there. All right, let's go to top. Our lane, our single lane lap. Helicam for the start. Let's see what these. Looks like a lot of this helicam. You can go behind some trees here once in a while. To watch that. Yeah, it's a short track. Somebody has to make a mistake. There's not a lot of places you can have a late break and get a pass in, is there?
No, there isn't. I think, though it's tough to pass, I think a lot of it has to do is being able to stay in position to pass.
Yeah.
With the nature of some of the blind corners and following close, it can be hard to really hit those lines and stay up on the guy you're trying to get through. So that's a big part, I think, of being able to try to make that pass. You have to be in position in the first place, right?
Yeah. I was following Chris Moses last night on CMS in the rain, and that's you gotta get yourself in position. Sometimes it's all about a little bit of momentum, lean back and then getting a little bit of momentum, huh?
Sure. Yeah, extremely important in all the GT3 classes, and maybe none more important than the Porsche Cup.
Yeah. Eris Drives has a great video on that, trying to
Uh-huh.
it's good to watch if you want to know what we're talking about. All right, we're
I
getting
prefer
ready to
power.
go.
Give me power. That's what I want.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what kind of start everybody gets. Sylvain's got a good start. So is Terry. Keep it nice and clean. There's a side by side in Krister and Mappe, I think. I'll just go up front. Everybody stayed in their positions. So Krister and Terry are still battling it out there, side by side. Where are we here? Krister got I'm going to put race gaps up there.
I think Sylvain actually was a little bit behind on the start. It gave Terry just an outside look at trying to make that move, but couldn't quite get it done. Sylvain still hanging with Murray, as we can see, however.
Oh, yeah, but he's right in his tail. Early is the best time to make a move. Just watch from in the cockpit, my favorite.
That's a
view.
good place to be.
Also do the passenger look. That's actually not a bad look. We can actually see out the windscreen for the British guys, and you can see the inputs he's going through. It's kind of fun. I never used this view. So how are we doing gap-wise? Everybody is okay.
Yeah, so far so good. Everybody being extremely cautious.
Who's that just went wide? Let's see your Helican. There was a pass there. Krister went off somewhere. He's in the yellow. I'm going to go back 30 seconds just to see what happened to him. He was in,
Yeah, missed that.
Yeah, let's just see what happens. I get a little indication there on my screen when there's a yellow flag. It went back quite far. Make sure I put a replay picture up there. There he goes right there. Just a little heavy on the throttle coming through there. And that caused him to go spinning off the track. There we go. Back into live action. Following along with Thomas.
Status quo here on track so far.
Yeah. Yeah, those changes in position, that was just due to Krister's spin. I'm going to go back to our stream to see if anybody... Yes, Brian's pulling away a little bit now.
Yeah, again, really laying it down in that first sector. So, Sylvain, if he really, I think, wants to stay close overall, is going to have to wait for that Murray mistake or get a little something figured out in the first sector, perhaps.
Yeah. There's the different, on screen there, we've got the different sector times. Actually, Sylvain had a better second sector, didn't he? Just by a little.
And again, he's been good in the third sector also, yeah.
Those pink times are the best sectors, comparing these two guys. I could tell it might be overall best sector too. And who we got going here? Rainier. It's close to Mappe. Let's take a look inside here on their onboard view. Oh, we went a little wide there.
Well, I guess whatever damage Krister does have, he's going to go ahead and hang it out on track for as long as he can until he does make it to that pit stop. Not much, no reason not to, I guess. These Porsche Cups will have to take quite a bit of damage before they really get noticeably slow.
Forgot to check there. Where are there guys on the stream? There's pit stops in Porsche Cup, is there not? It's a 50-minute race, I think it is. I think there's pit stops. Be awful to try to drive with the same tires on a Porsche Cup for 50 minutes, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it could be.
Well, Thomas lost a little bit of time. Matte's pulling it out a little bit.
The pit is now.
Whoa! There he goes, pit window's open, so there is a pit stop.
Yeah, and as
Thomas
you're
Howell.
looking at that, it's Sylvain now put in the best lap. Tires are coming in, so these guys are going to be able to put the hammer down a little bit more.
Yeah, he's gained a little bit there.
Yeah, these cars do get pretty fun once the tires come in. Once you get over those first couple laps and get comfortable with it. That was a heck of a pace there by Murray there in qualifying and in practice too. So you know, you have to wonder if he's just not kind of hanging around and playing it a little cautious at the moment, knowing he's got a little bit of pace in hand.
Yeah, it's, sometimes it's better to be the chaser than the chasee.
Yeah.
Oh, there he got gained a little bit there too. There's a bit of a wiggle on Brian's part.
Yeah, I suppose if he does have some pace in hand, though, he better start showing it soon, or Sylvain's gonna be pushing about. Yeah,
I firmly believe. I think the issue is really if you're being chased and it's close, you got to concentrate on staying within your own. Oh, looks like Daniel Lavelle is coming up. Oh, look at this! Look at this group of three here. Isn't that nice?
yeah. Some close action early.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, Daniel Lavella's got a little bit of a late break there and caught up a little bit already. With the middle guy here. Keep an eye on Sylvain, however. Good race so far.
It is. It's early. We're going to see some big gaps open up, but yeah, I think you're right. I think that this is a race of fun for the guys on a challenging track and kind of challenging yourself through some of these
Looks like
difficult
Daniel
corners.
Daniel just had a little bit of a wiggle there. And now he's a little bit out of sorts. Fell back a little, but just hang in there. Don't try and make it up all at once now.
Fun watching those bollards fly across the screen until they're all gone, of course.
It's those big, heavy black ones there on some of those tracks. It's amazing. If you can hit them, it doesn't even make a dent in your car. Thomas is really putting the pressure on Mappe, but Mappe's hanging in there. Let's just go see how we're doing up here with Sylvain and Murray, or Dessart and Murray. And these last names, look at these both. Sylvain really gets me when he changes his name to front and back.
I know, right? Last lap by Murray, now 3/10 over Sylvain, trying to stretch that lead a little bit. And he's got nearly a second, actually on second place Sylvain at the moment.
Let's go back to that one. There we are. Yeah, he's still. Go ahead.
Yeah, it should be noted too, Christopher Voigt, after getting put back to the very rear of the field now, gaining some time on sixth place Vela.
Okay.
Good 3 seconds actually in the last 5 laps.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah.
And so he's gaining on all those guys. Yeah, it's not gonna. If you can stay in touch, just takes a little bit of a wiggle from somebody. Get right up there.
Yeah, I have to say, early on, pretty impressed with Sylvain that he's able to hang really pretty close to Murray. Like I say, early on at least, with the kind of pace that Murray had shown.
Chat's gone quiet there. Lots of people watching, 13 people. Whew. I don't know if that's counted properly, and if people come in and go out, if it changes that counter or not. Just welcome everybody to the stream. eSeniors Porsche Cup Championships. Daniela Vella is coming, staying in there. Looks like there's a bit of a gap open between Rainier and Mappe, though. Look at what he's looking at.
Yeah, and it should be noted also for the 50-plus guys out there watching that it's a light field today, which is a little odd. For some reason, have a few drivers out, but there's no reason not to jump into the action, right? Multiple leagues on offer, right? Monday, you got the sprint leagues. You got the Porsche Cups here on your Friday. Nice day to be racing, and of course the Saturday GT3 extravaganza. So
and plus all the open races too. All the open races are all open to anybody who wants to join in. Don't be shy. There's room for 50 of us on these tracks, and I don't think we've come close to that, especially during the week, if you're lucky enough to be able to race during the week.
Yeah, last lap, Sylvain now resets fast lap, 27.1, so ahead of his qualifying, well, just 1/10 off of his qualifying pace.
Nice. So he's going to be putting pressure on Brian the whole way, I think.
So far. Quite a way to go, but you know what? It's not going to be too much longer, actually, before they might be starting to think about pit stops, I guess.
Where are we at? Yeah, 38 minutes to go. Yeah, there'll be some possibilities of overcuts and undercuts right here. Let's just go down the board there with Brian Murray is in first place. I'll put him on the screen in, what mode will I use here? Oh, let's do chase mode for fun. And Sylvain Dessart is right behind him. Next is Terry Howard. He's a good 6 seconds back, but hanging in there. Mappe Kansung is a little bit further back also. From Sweden, Thomas Rainier can see Mappe. He's fallen back slightly. Daniela Vella also a similar gap of a couple of seconds. And Krister, he can hang on there. He's been making up some time. His best lap is 1:28.8, whereas Daniela, the other two guys are 1:29 flat. So if he's got a ways to go yet in terms of being able to catch up, but he is catching up slowly but surely. But the big story here is Sylvain, who just went off onto the grass. Did it affect him? Yes, it did. Down by his 1.5 now. He's got it up to as much as half a second. So that, see, a little bit of a mistake makes a big difference.
Yeah, it really started to put some pressure on, and I wonder if Murray was not getting a little worried. I think if I was in Murray's shoes, I would have thought maybe that I would have the opportunity to pull away a little bit more, maybe than he has. So Sylvain gave him a bit of a gift there, but it didn't cost him too much time.
No, he's back. He already got 0.2 of a second back from that.
Yeah.
God, I love watching these views. Technology's amazing, isn't it? Oh, looks like Daniela Vella is coming up on Thomas Rainier. He's got some good pace today.
He does.
1:29. It's right in there with those bottom 4 guys, all in that same area.
Yeah, Vela a full second up that last lap.
Was he?
5th place right there. Yeah.
Let's do a little comparison here with Thomas. Yeah, he did. You can see all those 3 guys are within sight of each other. That's always a big incentive, isn't it, when you can see the guys you're chasing.
It really is. And right now, if you're Terry Howard, I think you're not feeling too bad either. Maybe those guys are just disappearing around a couple corners ahead, but really, like you say, it doesn't take much of a mistake in losing momentum in the Porsche Cups to gain back a bunch of ground, right? Yeah, in fact, Terry Howard just this last lap or last 2 laps put in the second best time of the race.
I noticed I've got the names up there. I'm going to try and get rid of that. the name's gone. No, I'm just taking a quick look at where I was trying to take a where who standing wise. Yeah, Thomas is in 4th place, and Mappe is in 5th place. So this is a big battle between these two guys for league points. So interesting.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, same amount of points are awarded no matter how big the grid is. So it's what, that 65 points, right, for the win?
65 for a win, and it goes down by 8, I believe, for the first 2 or 3, and then the gap gets a little smaller as you go down the grid.
And I'll really try to remember, Mike, that it's about fun. I'll really try to remember that.
What was I saying to my wife this morning? Oh yeah, she was doing Wordle, and she has a friend in Arizona that they talk a lot about Wordle. So, don't you guys compare how many guesses you get? She said it's not about competition. I said everything is about competition. Everything's a competition.
Even if it's for last place.
Yeah.
You don't want that DNF or that dead freaking last, right?
Man, can you imagine if we awarded a trophy for the top 3? How much there would be?
Oh boy.
God.
Oh boy.
There'd be some trading paint for sure.
Yeah, having run for trophies for a lot of years, it does add a little bit of pressure. It's a lot of fun though.
Well, Murray has opened up a little bit of a gap here, 2.5 seconds. So they must have either made a mistake or. Let's see, Murray, he's still got the fastest lap, so Murray didn't do it with the fastest lap, that's for sure.
No, right now he's just showing a little bit better pace to the tune of 3, maybe 4/10 a lap right now, last 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah, it looks like Sylvain had a last lap was 128.5, whereas Murray is just hanging in there with his 127s. So we must have missed a little bit of a wobble on Sylvain. He's off a little wide there again.
Yeah, and again behind, Howard is right there, just holding pace at the moment. So I think he's doing a pretty good job there in 3rd.
Yep, so everybody's opened up a little bit of gaps here and they're made a little bit more comfortable for themselves, but guess what's coming up? Pit stops. Pit stops. Yeah, look at Krister, he's only down by 4.8 now on Danivella. So let's see if we can get in there. Let's take a quick peek at him there. His goal.
Speaking of pit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, speaking of pit stops, it's really hard to gain or lose too much time, unless of course you happen to speed coming over the stripe. But the pit lane here is you can't really do too much. You're kind of coming in at a slow speed. You have to slow down due to the nature of the kind of twisty bits. So not too much time to gain or lose coming into the pits. But mistakes, of course.
Yep.
Always hurt.
Yep. It's not like F1 where half a second counts.
That's right, yeah.
Speaking of F1, did you notice that?
10th.
Yeah. Speaking of F1, did you notice that new record, all-time record for a pit stop? 1.8 seconds for 4 tires. Isn't that crazy?
Ridiculous, yeah.
Was it Red Bull? Or was it McLaren? I forget which one.
Mercedes?
Was it
Red Bull,
Mercedes
okay.
even?
I don't.
Somebody on the stream must know. Somebody on the stream must know.
I remember 1.8.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Crazy.
Oh, come on. Hey, look, I get it. Safety, okay. I'm on board. I get it. Come on. Let's do single tires. Let's do refueling. It's pressure, okay? Get 50 guys out there. There's a lot of pressure. Get that 1.8. Let's add a little bit more pressure.
I haven't noticed too much in the new version 1.9. I haven't really noticed a lot of degradation in our 50-minute races. How about you? Some, but
no.
I think 1.8 was a lot worse.
Yeah, and actually, I don't have a lot of experience with 1.8. I took quite a bit of time off there from on-track endeavors. But no, generally, of course, some cars. Porsche Cups are obviously all going to be equal, but some cars in the GT3 class are going to go through tires quite a bit more than others.
It might be interesting next year if we do make tires optional on a few races. That might be interesting.
So let's see. Did I hear something about rumors of possible BOPs too? Which, by the way, I in total favor of?
I don't know if we've experimented with it, I thought, in the past, and it didn't really make that much difference. But
Uh-huh.
then you get into a lot of controversy too about who we do it to and all that kind of stuff.
Sure, and it takes a lot of work, and of course this is not a modder's dream, to say the least, ACC, so it makes it tough.
It's like having a full tank and a not a full tank doesn't make as much difference anymore. I don't think in 1.9. Oh, there we go. Somebody in the stream did answer. It was McLaren. Nice.
Aha.
The McLaren team has just picked up their game big time.
Sure have.
And that kid Piastri, I don't know how old he was. Did I hear he was 19 years old?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh my God.
These whippersnappers.
Look at this. Danielle Krister is a second, and this is a first pit stop. Thomas Rainier is in, and Krister is in within vision of Danielle Vella. Danielle must have made a mistake at some point.
I think it's just been on pace.
I think
Krister
so.
more or less, yeah, Krister more or less has had good pace. And you're absolutely right. There could have been a mistake up there too, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Danielle's last lap was 1:30, so yeah, he had an issue there. Lost a couple of seconds. That's tightened up that gap a lot. That'll give Krister some hope.
Yeah, but that 128.5 for Krister is, I mean, that's a solid lap, right?
That is
So
his fastest lap, 128.5.
Yeah, definitely showing some pace. And speaking of pace, you know, it's Brian Murphy right now pulling out on Sylvain there, so
Yeah.
to the tune of 4 seconds, and Howard hanging in.
Let's just see what the last lap looked like. Nothing much there. He's just pulling away. Sylvain's last lap was 128.2. Or if he's thinking now that he might want to pit early, a little early.
And you know what? You could be right about tire issues here for Sylvain also. He has been the one that's been sliding around and having to do a bit more driving to hang with Murray. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe that could have had an effect on him.
Let's just watch him here on TV and see how his lines are. He's got, looks like Thomas ahead of him now. Yeah, see, look at that. A little bit out of sorts. Hit the curb a little too hard.
Yeah, and being kind of careful with these curves also pretty important because you can lose tire pressures. Actually, they'll knock a little bit of pressures out of those tires if you really start banging off the curves. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Chris Moses actually
Had a puncture.
Yeah,
He did.
came up with a flat. So
Yeah. He said he was running really low tire pressure. Well, see him slide around that corner. Controlled, but still a slide. Since he's in traffic, it looks like Rainier's letting him by. That's good. Especially considering Thomas is in a battle. But look at this. Howard has caught up to him.
right. Yep.
Howard has caught up to him. Nice.
And I think Howard's just now into the pits.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he made a choice. So now pit stop strategies begin to take effect, come into
Sure
play.
do. Yeah, and I mean, we have to look at the 4th, 5th, and 6th battle. Not a big field, but right now, really
There it
good
is.
racing.
Yeah, there we go. Daniel Vella's only a second behind. Let's take a look at why. Did Mappe have a bad time? Yep, Mappe had a bad last lap, 1:30. So that's made him catch up. Yeah, we're going to have some fun here now. See where Howard comes out. Well, it won't matter until everybody else pits.
Yeah, going to be important pit stops over that third position. Well, currently 3rd.
Just look at these three guys. They're all within sight of each other. Take a look at Krister, what he's looking at. Look at that. You can see there's 3 guys ahead of him. Now, Krister loves to just race, but he is a little competitive.
Sure. Yes, we know this.
He wanted to race in Porsche Cup, so I volunteered to take over GT3 if he wanted. He said, no, I'll do. He races GT3 in that other league, so. Look at this. This is getting juicy, isn't it?
It really is. You know, and speaking of that Saturday broadcast, any viewers who aren't racing here in the league really should check out that Saturday broadcast. Those guys do a great job.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Here we go. Krister's in. Now he's had some little bit of a bump with the wall there, but he often does not fix his. He doesn't always fix his repair his car. So.
Yeah, well, his pace has been pretty good. So I'm not sure you want to take the seconds to repair at this point, right?
I'm going to put up our stop times here instead of a delta. There we go. That is the pit stop length. So let's see how Krister does. If we'll notice if he's going to repair something when he comes out. It'll be a lot bigger than what I've got up there, 55 seconds.
Sure,
yeah.
As you watch those times, I'm also watching. Oh, looks like Murray is in.
Yep, I was just going to say, 23 minutes left. It's the time for people to start bidding. So Murray, our leader, is in the pit. Let's see how long Sylvain stays out.
Yeah, Sylvain, the last 3 or 4 laps, have done a really good job kind of regaining, I don't know what you might want to say, composure or at least pace, and had managed to hold on to Murray's time there. So still about that 4.5 seconds off as pit stops began for those guys, but really doing a pretty good job.
His last lap was actually his fastest lap, 127.5. Nice. Wonder if Sylvain was noticing. I wonder if Murray was noticing he was coming up behind him and wanted to get some fresh tires on there.
Yeah, some guys do that. Some guys are really kind of focused in on the guys around them. Other people just head forward and see what happens.
Let's see if he comes in. Meanwhile, Daniela Vella is coming up on Mappe. It's only a 1.5 seconds behind. That's huge.
It is.
He found some time, didn't he? 1:28.7 is his best time, and his last one was 1:28.8. So he's just going. Let's just go back to Sylvain. Yes, Sylvain is in the pits. Sylvain is in the pits, and Krister is out. 1:57.8. I don't think he did his repairs. Let's go back to gaps here. Oh my God. Those gaps that we have up there, actually. So we're gonna have to watch where Sylvain comes out with respect to Brian. Here is Brian. Just keep an eye on that. Notice when he's on the move, Sylvain. Pretty soon, I would think.
Let's see. It looks like the ACC race control does not have pit stop times that I can find.
Sylvain's still in the pits, and here is Brian coming around. Sylvain's on the move. Let's see where he comes out. His pit stop was a little long, 56.1.
No, it was, but he did pick up a little bit of time, I think, on Murray. Going to take him, of course, a couple laps to get the tires up to snuff, but I think he's going to be in a pretty good spot here once he does.
He was up by 4-ish, right? Now he's up 3.
Yeah, 4.5.
Yeah, there we go. A little strategy there. Last 2 guys to pit are Daniel Vella and they're both in the pits now, so everybody's going to be back. We'll be back, and there's Thomas is out. Be back with everybody having pitted. I can take that off. Let's just see. Anybody have a long time? Daniel Vella had a 5:59. That's pretty long. Lost a few there. All right, let's go to, where will we show up here? Yeah, for fun, let's just put our flags up for a little while. So, Kansung Sylvain is quite close, isn't he? 2.8.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job since he came out of the pits. In fact, has even gained a little bit of time here. So 2.5 off. Giving up a little bit now. But
Oh, what happened
nonetheless.
here? Who's in the pits? Sylvain's in the pit. Why is that? What happened? Did he not register?
It had to have been speeding or something.
Oh, no. That is too bad.
Oh, no.
Let's see if it's a stop and go or just a drive-through. He was sliding quite a... Yeah, it's a drive-through. So that must have been for track cuts.
Oh, boy.
Oh. Now, does he get a fresh reset for 4 more track cuts if he wants? I'm not sure how that works, to be honest.
That is a very good question. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in chat can come up with it.
Yeah. Okay, so where does that leave him? 24 seconds. He's still in second place, but Terry now can taste it.
You know, that's interesting because Terry Howard was only about 4 seconds off Sylvain when the pit stop rotation started. So I'm not sure why Howard did not gain more time.
Good question, huh? Jonathan says he probably got caught speeding in the pit.
Not something I can relate to after last night. Jeez.
So what do we got here now for gaps? We've got Mappe and Thomas, who are in a big battle for position in the standings. Very close to each other, a couple of seconds. Looks like he just lost a little bit. Krister is right on Daniela Vella's tail.
Yeah, so not much between those two guys in their pit stops. That gap was about what it is now when they came in.
But Terry Howard is going to be really interested in... Let's go to on board here. He is going to be interested in that second place, I'm sure. And Sylvain now will be pushing hard to stay ahead. He does not want to doesn't want to lose that time, that position to him.
Yeah, I don't think something else he's really going to want is to be doing as much sliding as he did that first stint. I think he's going to want to protect his tires a little bit more.
Let's watch him for a lap.
Yeah, particularly in this situation, right? Trying to make sure you stay consistent, stay ahead of the guy behind closing in. What a relief for Brian Murray now, though. It really don't like to see that guy make a mistake, but it kind of changes the perspective, right?
Yep.
So for Murray now, it's great, but you can lose that focus too.
Yeah,
right?
True enough. Yeah, true enough. I've done that many times. And I'm up by 6 seconds for the last 3 laps, and I'll take it easy a little bit, and you make a stupid mistake.
That's right.
It's like you say, just focus. Here's Mappe, the 1.5 seconds down. I was just going to try and pull up the scoring standards here. So, that was 65 points. It's 55 points for first place. And by the time you get down to 4th, it's 40 points. So, 6 points between first and second. 5 points between second and third. It goes down by a point, and then after that, it's like a point or 2 for everybody in the top 10.
Yeah, as you watch that, make sure to check out that battle over 6 right now because it is close. Krister
There we go.
and Layla.
Giving us some fun time on Porsche Cup racing. Before I forget, to shout out to our great sponsors, Syndeo Sim3D and Castle and Crown. Thank you very much for your sponsorship. And also to mention anybody watching, please, if you want to join eSeniors, and you're just watching this by scrambling around YouTube, join us at eSeniors World Championship, GT3 World Championships. Look on Facebook, look on Discord. Whoa, Krister just had a little slide there, and that's going to drop him back a little bit.
It's Surtees, so tough, and looking at Krister's nose, it looks like he did not repair that damage.
No, probably didn't. Yeah, so getting back to that, find us on Facebook, find us on Discord, and join us. We're a lot of fun. You have to be over 50 years old to race with us, but We're a lot of fun, bunch of good guys.
And you know what? If you're over 90, that's okay too. Jump on in.
Great bunch of guys from around the world. All right, well, let's take a look at Mappe here. So Mappe and Rainier, points-wise, 3 points difference between them in terms of where they finish, 4th and 5th. So results-wise, or standings, I should say, they are only, they are quite far apart. Mappe is back behind by like 8 points, so.
Yeah, and unfortunately, because I haven't been here, I'm not sure if he has even been in all of the events.
I can tell you right now, both of them have been in all the events.
Okay.
There we go. Yep. So as it stands, let me look at what's going to happen with Sylvain winning today, or Sylvain getting some big points, 40-ish points. And that will, if he can get a 40-point kind of score, that'll bring Sylvain into first place in the Porsche Cup. Great job. It's called participation points. You get a ribbon for participating.
Participation. Come on.
Yeah, we're of the generation that participation ribbons just don't make it for us, do they? It's about the competition.
Yeah, it's, caused me a lot of pain and anguish back in the day. So there's that too.
So I don't know if Jonathan responded and if he's going to be back soon. Yeah, take a look.
Oh, Sylvain responding to the pressure now resets his fast lap. And Howard has had a problem.
Howard. Where is he? In terms of, why do you say that? Drop back?
Well, according to my timing and scoring, he's now 7 seconds off of that second place Sylvain.
Oh, okay.
But I have noticed that the ACC race control can get a little wonky at times.
But Mappe's really closing the gap here. 0.8 seconds, that's close. That is pressure time on Thomas.
Nice individual battles we've had throughout the whole race, Mike.
Yep. So let's just watch these two guys and see if Thomas can put enough pressure on, Mappe can put enough pressure on Thomas. Make a little mistake. Somebody lost 0.4 seconds there. He's a little bit further back than he was, but that's nothing on this track.
Yeah, we've seen it, haven't we?
Let's go on board with Thomas and watch his steering inputs.
Yeah, definitely a mistake that last lap. 27.8 for Sylvain, 32.2 for Howard. So some mistake out there.
Okay.
Ah, yeah, a little bit of nose damage there for Terry.
Mappe's got the juice, though. Look at that. He's made it back to 0.8 seconds.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
Krister's
off.
Into the wall.
Oh, no. Let's take a look. What happened?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I was right. Krister has that trouble.
And showing really good pace throughout the race. Just, he's gotten back to that 6th place time and time again and just hasn't been able to quite
same
complete
spot
the field.
almost.
Yeah.
Didn't hit the wall. No, didn't hit the wall. Well, he hit the wall trying to get back on the track. There's a little nudge there. He tried to spin it, I think, and it didn't work. You're going to have to watch this replay go by. There he goes. It's gone. So let's get back to our Kansung Rainier battle. Second apart. We'll go back and put Thomas's last lap up too in their sector times. So So the Mappe is got first and second sector on him on the last lap, and then lost a little bit in the last sector. Ooh. What do we got left here? Just under 10 minutes left to go in the race.
Yeah, laps are running out. And as I've watched the race, I have to say I'm pretty impressed with Thomas Rainier. He has been under pressure actually quite a bit of this race and has just held up to it. He's been super consistent. Really nice drive.
See if I can see something on lap times up here in my software. No. Yeah, look at that. He pulls away at certain parts of the track to up by a second and a half now. Just follow him on board. I'm talking about Thomas now. Let's just see how he gets around this track. Maybe I'll go straight into the cockpit. Got it head on. This corner is always exciting. Where you go over that crest, you lose a little bit of traction coming down here, then you get a compression.
So many blind entry points around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's an interesting mix. You have blind entry, but it is pretty important if you want to put in a good lap time, really. Be pretty aggressive and attack some of these corners. Even here at Surtees, you do really have to try to get the braking just right and really put the car in and then get a lot of acceleration off of those bumps.
I mean, in GT3 you can get on full acceleration even before that last apex. So I know what it's like in a Porsche Cup car, mind you, but
yeah, that's right. But it's also a little easy to get that throttle down a tiny bit early and push right off of there. So.
And this corner coming up, called it's a Sheen's. It's a fun one too. You can make up a lot of time if you cut that corner, and the other guy doesn't. He's maintained that 1.8 second gap all the way around this lap. We caught him on a good lap, didn't we?
Yeah, again, he's just been consistent the whole race.
It's a robot. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at how smooth his inputs are. Now let's compare that to Mappe for his lap. For a fun comparison, see how smooth he is. Staying on the edge of a Porsche Cup car is like sliding down a knife. You can get a cut pretty easy. That was a beautiful corner. Nice and smooth around Graham Hill Bend. Nice job there too. We're going to do a lap with Brian Murray right after this one. Just for fun.
Must be good luck. Ken Sund has really put in a pretty good lap here. You're on board with Thomas last lap. He had a great lap. So I don't know. Switch back and forth between the guys. And,
no announcers curse this week. No announcers curse.
Whoa! Don't say that.
Don't even say that, eh? There we go. Let's follow along with our leader and watch a full lap on him. Certainly don't want to put a curse on him. It's a 27-second lead. And what was his last lap? 120. He's holding the hammer down. Last lap was 127.8. Maybe he's looking for fastest lap of the day here.
Yeah, and speaking of consistency, of course, he's also doing a great job.
Yeah.
The majority of his laps have been right in that high 127 range. He's pretty much more or less held it there.
Nicely done on this corner. On the throttle.
Now closed.
5 minutes left in the race. All right, now let's take a look at Sylvain. Following along with this. Oh, he's working it hard. He's working it hard. Look at this.
We've seen that. Yeah.
Maybe that's why his tires are a little bit. He's a lot more jittery on his throttle, right on the edge more. Well, that's how he got fastest lap, I guess.
Yeah, maybe a bit more seat of the pants. I can respect that.
You can hear his tires working hard there. Different setup. Be interesting to know.
You know,
John,
there's so few changes you can make on these cars.
yeah,
but
that's true.
the ones you can make do make a difference.
Do they? Yeah, do they? I haven't tried setting up this car. Jonathan just said on the stream he is coming back for the next 4 races, so that's great.
Good.
Yes, Jonathan, Brian has so much smoother here than Sylvain. Now, I'm not sure how much Cup car driving Sylvain does. He does a lot of GT3 driving around the world. He certainly works it harder, that's for sure. Keep on going here with him all around the next corner. Who else can we watch? Let's go in there with Thomas and Rainier. Well, they're still a second and a half apart. 3 minutes to go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jump on to a great job by Sylvain also, but as we say, a little bit stronger on the inputs. Let's get on with Mappa here. There's only 3 minutes to go, and he's within a second. You know what that means?
I think
You know what that means?
It's a good battle to watch, yeah.
You know what that means? Battle between the Swedish driver and the Canadian. Thomas, I think, is from Western Canada. Such a big country, we have to make that distinction. 3,000 kilometers apart. Thomas is not shirking, he's going. He's got it within a second though.
Yeah, and if you're Thomas, you just
late
have to
break.
remember
Late break there.
just how difficult it is to pass.
Yeah,
right?
true enough, yeah.
Pretty much hold your line. Don't make that mistake. Don't look too much in the mirror.
Yeah. Most of this track, the racing line is pretty defensive, right?
Sure.
Unless you don't make a
Of course,
mistake.
yeah.
Look at that. Let's just held that inside there. No room there. But looks like Mappy's giving it a run.
Yeah, a little wide on entry there for Thomas, but he gets away with it.
Oh, they're right up to each other. It's just tail to nose.
Yeah, I think Thomas actually is now looking a bit in the mirrors.
There's a bit of a slide there for Thomas. Mappy can taste it though.
Uh-huh.
Don't forget, this is for 4th and 5th. I pulled away a little there.
Yeah, turn 2 can be one of your good opportunities, but you have to be so aggressive.
Yeah.
Into 1. Yeah, it's a bit of a risk.
Oh, this is just great to watch. Just great to watch. I love having these battles in Porsche Cup at the end. These cars are so... All right, I gotta get settings going here on some... You can take over here.
Sure, well, not too much to take over because we're going to let the action on track between 4th place Rainier and Consumed, excuse me. We're going to let that speak for itself. So another half lap to go on that battle for 4th. Brian Murray out front pretty easily in control at this point after a Sylvain mistake that we saw early on regarding the pit stop. So it's Murray, Sylvain, and Howard taking that podium place at the moment. Rainier looking a little sloppy here, coming around the last few corners, but time is running out now for Consume. So more or less just one corner left to go, and it's going to take a Rainier mistake, I think, at this point. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen, so I think that battle's resolved, and it looks like the majority of the race is resolved at this point. Fun little event, short field, but a good time, I think, had by all, and great individual battles on track throughout the whole race. Good stuff. Congratulations, really, to all our guys for getting out there and participating. Should also be mentioned, I think, for eSeniors, we put in a couple plugs. I think I'd like to put in a plug also for some of the administrators around here. It can be really difficult to herd all the cats, so to speak, and coordinate all the races and the schedule and all the little gripes.
Well, yeah, no problem. It's getting easier with time. We've got most things on our, except for the gripes we have to handle. Everything else is good, running like clockwork. So Murray passed. They got the checkered flag. Now we're just watching Sylvain come through. See if we get a little flash. Coming around. No, he's passed. And now Terry coming around the corner. Beautiful. There's the checkered flag and a bit of flashing. So there we go. There is our podium. Great job, everybody, though, wasn't it? I'm just going to see if I can get into...
Yeah, it really was.
Somebody into the... Brian is here. Hello,
yeah,
Brian.
And I have to say, I was a
on.
little confused on the lap count there. So I thought the race had ended the prior lap. So
Did you? There we go. Now we got our podium up there. Who else do I want to get up? Terry Howard is in the stream. All right, guys. There we go. There's our winner, Brian Murphy. Sylvain Dessart in second. Terry Howard in third place. Terry, can you hear me? Hello, Terry.
Yes, I can.
How was your race?
Well, I've had about 5 weeks off, so I was a bit rusty. I really enjoyed it. I love the Cup car.
Do you?
It's man from the boys, yeah.
And Thomas
GT3s.
pressured you pretty good, didn't he?
Yes, yeah. I was sticking with the leaders for a bit, and then I just fell for the cold tyres trick, and had a couple of little sort of off tracks. I had a couple of spins in between, but overall, I saw Sylvain got a drive-through.
Yes, he did. Look,
and I thought, I'm going to catch him. And then I had a spin myself, and then he came out in front of me, and then I got close to him, but he just pulled away.
Yeah.
But I'm pleased with the podium.
I was going to say, I think you're doing more than just hanging with him after that Sylvain mistake. I mean, you were right there. And I can't say I was rooting for you necessarily. I was certainly rooting for the battle and see how it unfolded. So it's unfortunate to see that mistake.
And Brian, you had there was a great race there too. Sylvain had that misfortune. I think looks like it was speeding in the pits, so that gave you lots of breathing room. But you had a great race, didn't you?
I was glad to see the back of him. Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, we were looking forward to that. Yeah.
Just want to thank my chief engineer, Pier Giorgio Trisati, if he's listening. He always helped me with my setups.
Good.
Really helps a lot.
No, it was a great race. There was a lot of battles. We kept a lot of things going there, so it wasn't one of those. Races where everybody was so far apart. There was no fun. What do you think?
I thought Sylvain, he can, if he sees a gap, he'll go for it. And so I thought when he was close to you, Brian, I thought if he sniffs a gap, he's going to go for that, and I might have a chance of clearing up here.
Well,
he did try once, yeah.
If you watch go
I
ahead.
think I was too far back in the end. Sorry, Mike. I think I was too far back in the end. It's about 12 seconds, and then you guys just disappeared.
Well, near the end of the race, we did some in-cockpit views in the stream, so you can watch that. You can see each other's inputs. Certainly, Sylvain was a lot more aggressive on the his steering inputs. Brian, you were smooth as silk.
Oh, thank you. I try to be so you don't go off track and lose 10, 15 seconds. That's your race ruined.
Yeah.
Any last words, Brian?
Green light, go, go, go.
Enjoyed it. A lot of pressure from Sylvain. I could have been. I was a lot quicker in my practice laps during today, but I just couldn't get the fastest lap in the end up.
How about you,
Well done,
Brad? Any
Sylvain.
last words? Oh, sorry, I jumped in there.
Well,
No.
that's all right.
No. Yeah, well done, Brian. Congrats on the win.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
That is
Two in a
going-
row, I'm happy.
Yeah, well, the standings are going to get tightened up there with Jonathan missing and what can I think of his name?
Derek.
Derek's missing, so things are going to tighten up a little bit. Jonathan said he's back next week, so we're going to look forward to some great battles again.
What track's next week, Mike?
It is Oulton Park, another Brit.
Ooh, I love
It's
that
our
track.
little detour out into Britain or
Yeah.
UK. All right, thanks
That's
a lot.
That's a bit of a hairy track as well, actually.
It is going to be.
Another car killer. Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay, great job, you guys. Thanks for
Thank
the
you.
the action, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers, Mike.
Thank you, Brad, for helping me out, and we'll be back next week, hopefully. Signing
Thanks,
off.
Mike.